Facebook Marketplace. Ouch. Here's a board there. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Flannel Farms. My name is Brian, I'm glad you're here. Today we're discussing the Depression era mindset. The Depression era mindset is one of not wasting anything if you can help it. And we have a couple different examples of that, and I'd like to give you one today. I bought a trailer that I had intended to build a chicken tractor on, another chicken tractor for our meat birds. One of the things I like about building chicken tractors on top of trailers is you can pull it around the property with a tractor, truck, car with a ball, whatever. What ended up happening is one of the axles broke on the way home and the wheel flew off. It's an old boat trailer, and I was going to take it off and I was going to build a platform on there, kind of like the one you see here. But that ended up not happening. Lumber prices got insane and we went a different route for our chickens. But this thing that I paid, I think $125 for, $150 for, has already paid for itself 2 times over at least. You see where the wheel's missing over here? This is where the axle broke, and when it broke, it actually snapped the entire wheel and assembly off. That wheel and assembly just so happened to fit my trailer here when this tire went. So I was able to move it over, thus saving me the expense of a wheel and tire. But that's not what today is about. Today is about the winch that was on the front. There was a winch right here. And as you guys know, we harvest pigs here on our property and we do it ourselves. We use the tractor to hold the pig up when we're doing the scalding, scraping, eviscerating. Well, my tractor is a little older and it has some leaks. So when I have the pig in the air, if I shut my tractor off, slowly the pig will sink as the hydraulics release some of their tension. So I've been wanting to build an A-frame or something like that to keep the pig off the ground and to not have a diesel tractor running in your ear while you're trying to do it. At some point, I'd like to teach how to do this to people here on the property, and that's a lot easier when you don't have a diesel banging away in the background. Now there are a couple different ways that you can get a pig off the ground. Works for deer as well, sheep potentially. You can throw a rope over a tree branch and just yank them up into the tree if you have a couple people. It's easier with a deer. Problem with a pig is homesteady size for a pig. It's about 300 pounds. It's pretty hard to haul 300 pounds up over a branch. Now you can use pulleys, you can use a come along, you can use any of those things. I didn't have those things. I also didn't have a good branch. But what I do have are rafters in the barn. So if you look up there, you will see the crank from that trailer coming down and holding the golf cart off the ground. I looked at the price. Come-alongs, block and tackle, things like that. Even used on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. Ouch. Here's a board there. They were $100, $200. I already own this. So what we did, this board spanning the rafters is known as a rat run, because rats like to run on it. What it actually does is keeps the bottom of the trellises together so they don't separate. So then what I did, this is an old bent T-post. So we spaced that across it as well to give it even more rigidity. And we bolted it in place. And now, I can lift the golf cart to my heart's content. And pigs, when we're not hauling golf carts off the ground. I've had it sitting here like this for a couple days just to make sure that everything would hold, and it has. A golf cart weighs somewhere between 600 and 1,100 pounds. I don't know how much this one weighs. But I don't need to know. It's enough, and I can one-hand crank it. Now it's slightly inconvenient with the ladder. So what I think we're going to do is try and build a pole that I can crank this up and down with from the ground. A Depression era mindset is more than just using what you have. It's about getting out of debt and being resilient. Now, our ancestors who lived through the Great Depression did not have a Great Depression mindset when they went into the Depression. It was something that was forced upon them due to circumstances. But the lessons they learned from living through that, they never forgot. If you had a relative that lived through the Great Depression, you probably remember them hoarding things that didn't make any sense to you. My grandparents kept every single plastic scoop that came out of their laundry detergent. They had plastic on their furniture. They had things reupholstered. They had plastic runners over the carpet. But do you know, they had the same furniture and the same carpet my entire life growing up that I remember. And I believe they had it much longer than I have been alive. These are things we have lost. These are things we're trying to relearn. And here's the ticket, my friends. We need to learn these lessons before we go through the depression, before it is forced upon us. Because I think hard times are here, and I think they're only going to get worse. I don't tell you this to scare you. I tell you this so that you'll be prepared. You might not have a tractor you can drag a pig around with, and some of the other things that I'm fortunate enough to have here. Someday I would like to build an A-frame and have the ability to hang a pig anywhere out in the field that I'm working. Do you have to hang a pig? No. You can field dress a pig wherever you are. You can skin it, toss it in the back of a pickup truck or the back of your car wrapped in a tarp, make it much lighter. You can butcher it right there in the field wherever your stuff is situated. The way I like to do things is the scalding and scraping method. I think it's cleaner and I think it's better. And since I have a barn, I would like to do it inside my barn. My barn is not heated or cooled, so we do it in the cold weather when it is preserving the pig for us by hanging outside. But I would like to close the door, have a little wood fire going in my wood stove. These are things I want to take advantage of, but I don't want to spend money to do it. So this project today cost me all of no dollars. And I've probably saved $800 to $1,000 from buying things new. This lifestyle can make you go broke if you try and buy everything new. There are lots of ways to get things done that are outside the norm, that don't require you to buy something new. Well, my friends, we successfully used a couple pieces of bamboo to not only ratchet this thing up, but I was also able to use a secondary piece of bamboo, because there's a clasp up there that keeps it from unwinding, to engage and disengage that clasp. And from the ground, using nothing but bamboo poles that I had on the property, I was able to winch up the golf cart and lower the golf cart, which means the next pig that we do, you will see us doing it in here using this system that cost me no dollars. If you want to include the price of the trailer, $125, but I've already taken a tire and rim from it, so I think that probably covers it. But significantly cheaper and easier to access now that we have added the bamboo poles. This is not something that you have to do. This is a mindset of solving problems in ways that will save you money and allow you to use your resources in other ways. Don't go buy stuff new. You don't even have to buy the used thing off of Craigslist. You might have something in your yard that you can use right now. Anyhow, thanks for being here today. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. And if you found us somehow through happenstance, searching through the interwebs, please subscribe. We do stuff like this all the time. You really don't ever know what we're going to do. I wish I had some kind of format that I could say, on Thursday, we will do this lesson. But it's not. I'm just living life, and we're figuring it out as we go. Don't forget to grow as you grow. We'll see you next time here on Flannel Farms. Bye. You gonna come with us? What does that mean? A depression era mindset is one where you use what you have to get things. A depression era mindset is one where you use things around that I could pull around the property with the trailer, tractor, that I could pull around the property with the truck, trailer. What I did have, and what I do have,